Sadhana. You know, for many of us right now, in this current place we're at, it's winter. It's the beginning of a new year. And there is something in yoga we call the winter of the mind. What does this mean? The winter of the mind can occur in the summer, it can be in the springtime, but particularly in the winter. This is a time when we start to require a different relationship to our mind. It's at this time of winter, either physically really winter or subjectively winter, that we feel like we need to retreat, to withdraw, to move inside, to stop being so outwardly directed to out in the outside world. It's a time to just get cozy with yourself, right? To be with yourself in this nice place of the time of the season. Yoga can allow us to overcome the challenges of the winter of the mind. People are very heavily stressed typically right now, rightly so. In the old days when we didn't have the usual stressors, we had the stressors of the climate, the lack of food, all these things that brought us into a great sense of stress and anxiety as we go through in some ways, the darkest time of the year, or perhaps maybe the darkest time of your life. It's said that anyone who's on that path of spirituality always moves through the dark side, the dark time, the dark night of the soul, the winter of the mind. And what yoga gives us is a way to navigate the winter of the mind so that we can have the energy, we can have the focus, we can have the vitality, we can have the balance to be able to reconnect to that light within us that starts to lessen when the darkness comes, be it winter or the darkness of your own soul as you start to move within and see the work to be done within yourself and how to do that inner work, how to accomplish what it is you need to do. It is essential. In this time we are all in, the winter of the mind, the winter of the soul. It is essential to have a daily practice of something you can do simply every day that counteracts all the challenges of the winter of the mind. The emotional side of yourself, the mental side of yourself, the spiritual side of yourself, the physical side of yourself. There's a practice for each of these areas. Did you know in Kundalini Yoga, there's three foundational practices. They are the whole structure that this yoga is built upon. Yes, there's 3,500 or more different kriyas, exercise sets, meditations you could do in Kundalini Yoga. We've taught many of them over the past 35 years we've taught yoga. However, after all this experimentation, after all these classes we've taught, after all this we've gone through ourselves in our own personal practice, there's just three things that will do what you need to do with all the practices of Kundalini Yoga. Just the three. If you can do these three things, the three things I call the Trinity Sadhana, the three parts of a daily practice, your life will change in ways that are unimaginable. You will have both the energy, you'll have both the balance, you'll have both the willpower to move through your life, through your winter, through your dark night as you need to. It's important. These three things are working with the breath, we call it breath of fire, working with the elements, we call it Kirtan Kriya, Sadhana, and also working with the chakras and energies of the body, Kriya. We use these for different purposes, of course. You can use the breath of fire. Breath of fire is really about the vitality you need to change and to move through things, to give you that inner vitality with the breath of fire. It's also about actually allowing you to move deeper into this place of the mind. When you're doing breath of fire, the mind is conquered. Breath of fire takes the mind to a point of stillness, of relaxation. That breathing practice, breath of fire. When you're doing Kriya, what that does, that takes you into the integration and balancing of the energy centers, all the chakras. It gives you the strength of willpower to move through the darkness of the winter of the mind as you need to do so. And then Kirtan Kriya reminds us of all the different layers of spirituality that we can uncover with a dedicated daily practice for the mind, for the body, for the spirit. Kriya is fantastic for getting rid of old emotional programming, Kirtan Kriya for old relationship programming, and breath of fire for old mental programming. These three foundational practices can do all of that when you put them together. So my passion right now is, our passion too, is to teach you what these three things are. Many of you have done all three of these, but I guarantee you, you have not experimented, discovered them, and done them in all their fullness, and all their variations, and all their applications that are available. These three things are so rich, you can spend your rest of your life just doing it and discover something new about them every day. Every day. This is it. These are the three practices. I'd love to share these with you. We're going to be doing that for these next few weeks during right now our climactic winter, but also the winter of the mind that just waits around the corner until we're ready to encounter that darkness, that deep place of the soul that yearns for the light, that wishes the light to be with them. And the way to that light is through your daily practice, your daily discipline of using these foundational practices. So please come join us, learn what you wish to learn, experience how you can experience, and move through this time and space we're in together. Sadhana.